The camera fades into a slow-motion shot of bright stage lights, the crowd buzzing like electricity in the air, and the famous America's Got Talent logo glowing behind the curtains. Soft dramatic music rises, building curiosity and excitement.
And now,
welcome back
for the
everyone
grand reveal.
to our channel where dreams come alive,
Is this
where
your
ordinary
card?
people step onto the biggest stage in the world and become legends overnight. Today you are about to witness one of the strangest, funniest, and most unforgettable auditions in AGT history. This is not just magic, this is not just comedy, this is not just entertainment. This is the story of a dragon who changed the game forever. This is the legendary audition of Piff the Magic Dragon. The music shifts to playful tones as the camera cuts to the backstage area. Contestants are warming up, stretching, rehearsing lines, whispering prayers. Suddenly, something very unusual walks into the frame. A man in a green dragon costume, complete with tiny wings and a long tail, holding a small chihuahua dressed in a matching dragon outfit. The camera zooms in on the dog's face as it stares into the lens with the most serious expression imaginable. This is Piff, and this is his loyal sidekick, Mr. Piffles. The announcer's voice echoes through the hallway. Piff the Magic Dragon, you're up. Piff slowly stands up, adjusts his tiny dragon head, looks down at Mr. Piffles, and in the driest, most serious voice says, "It is time." The dog does not move. Piff sighs dramatically and picks him up like royalty being carried to the throne. The camera follows them as they walk toward the stage. The crowd is already laughing before the curtain even opens, because no one has ever seen anything like this before. The stage lights flash, the curtains open, and there he is, a fully grown man in a ridiculous green dragon costume, walking slowly and awkwardly toward the judges' table, holding a tiny dog wearing an even tinier dragon outfit. The audience erupts into laughter and applause instantly. Piff stops in the middle of the stage and stares at the judges with complete seriousness, as if he is about to perform the most intense, life-changing act of all time. Howie Mandel leans forward, trying not to laugh. Heidi Klum is already smiling. Mel B is wide-eyed with curiosity. And Simon Cowell, arms crossed as always, looks at Piff with his famous skeptical stare. Simon finally breaks the silence. "So, what is it that you do?" Piff clears his throat, still completely deadpan. "I am a magic dragon." The audience bursts into laughter. Simon raises an eyebrow. "A magic dragon? Yes. And the dog? This is Mr. Piffles. He is my sidekick. He is also a magic dragon." The camera cuts to Mr. Piffles, who looks like he has absolutely no idea what is going on. Howie laughs loudly. "Okay, Piff, tell us where you're from." "I am from a mystical land far, far away called England." The crowd laughs again. Simon smirks. "And why did you decide to come on America's Got Talent dressed like a dragon?" Piff pauses, looks around the theater, then looks back at Simon. "Because I am a dragon." Silence. Then explosive laughter. Simon leans back in his chair, trying to keep a straight face. "All right, let's see some magic, shall we?" Piff nods slowly. "Yes, let us begin the magic." The music shifts to a playful tune. Piff places Mr. Piffles gently on a small table and looks at him very seriously. "Do not mess this up." The dog blinks. Piff pulls out a deck of cards from inside his dragon suit, which somehow makes the audience laugh even harder. He walks over to Heidi and asks her to pick a card. She selects one, shows it to the audience, and places it back into the deck. Piff shuffles the cards in the most dramatic, overly serious way imaginable. He squints at the deck, whispers something in dragon language, and then looks at Mr. Piffles. "Mr. Piffles, locate the chosen card." Nothing happens. Piff stares at the dog. "I said locate the chosen card." Still nothing. The audience is dying with laughter. Piff sighs deeply. This is why we can't have nice things. He suddenly reaches into the deck and pulls out one card. "Is this your card?" Heidi gasps. "Yes." The audience cheers loudly. Howie claps. "Okay, that was actually impressive." But Piff is not done. He looks at Simon. "Simon, would you mind helping me?" Simon reluctantly stands up, clearly amused but still skeptical. Piff hands him a marker and asks him to sign the card. Simon signs it boldly, making sure everyone can see his name. Piff takes the card back, folds it carefully, and hands it to Mr. Piffles. "Do not eat it. This is not food." Mr. Piffles stares at the card like it might be food. Piff places the dog on the table again and holds up the rest of the deck. "Simon, your card is now somewhere in this deck. Watch closely." He throws the deck into the air. Cards fly everywhere like confetti. The audience gasps. Piff looks at the empty space where the deck used to be, then looks at Mr. Piffles. Did you eat it, Mr. Piffles remains perfectly still. Piff gently taps the dog's head. Open your mouth. The dog opens his mouth slightly, revealing Simon's signed card. The theater explodes. Simon's jaw drops. What the heck? Howie jumps out of his chair. That is unbelievable. Heidi claps wildly. Mel B stands up laughing in shock. Simon takes the card from the dog, staring at his signature. That's my signature. How did that happen? Piff simply nods. Dragon magic. But then something unexpected happens. The audience keeps cheering, but Piff raises his hand for silence. I have one more trick. The music shifts to something more emotional. The laughter fades into anticipation. Piff explains that Mr. Piffles is not just his sidekick, but his best friend. They have traveled the world together, performing in small clubs, empty theaters, anywhere that would let a dragon and a dog perform magic. He gently picks up Mr. Piffles. But today, on this stage, I want to give him something special. He places a tiny dragon crown on Mr. Piffles' head. The crowd melts. Then he pulls out a sealed envelope. Inside this envelope is a prediction. He hands it to Howie, asking him to hold it. Piff asks Mel B to name any number between 1 and 50. She says 37. Piff asks Heidi to name any color. She says purple. Piff asks Simon to name any city in the world. Simon thinks for a moment. New York. Piff then asks Howie to open the envelope. Howie opens it slowly, reading the paper inside. His eyes widen. On the paper it says 37, purple, New York. The audience erupts into the loudest cheers yet. Howie screams. This is insane. Simon stands up, stunned. You know what? I don't know how you did that. But that was one of the most entertaining auditions I have ever seen. The judges begin giving their feedback. Heidi says she loved everything, the humor, the magic, the dog, all of it. Mel B says she has never laughed so much during a magic act in her life. Howie says Piff is not just a magician, he is a character, a story, an experience. Then Simon speaks. Piff, I came in today expecting to hate this. A man in a dragon costume with a dog. But you are genuinely brilliant. You are funny without trying to be funny. And your magic is absolutely real. Piff bows slightly. Thank you, Simon. Simon smiles. It's a yes from me. One by one, the judges all say yes. 4 yeses. Piff looks down at Mr. Piffles. We did it. The dragon and his tiny sidekick walk off the stage to roaring applause, becoming instant legends. The camera fades out on the audience still cheering, judges laughing, and Mr. Piffles wagging his tail, proudly. And that is how a magic dragon stole America's heart forever.